Yes. Hello, students. Good morning. Welcome to our 10th online presentation on the topic that is culture and strategy from unit number 1, that is Introduction to Cross Cultural Management of the subject that is Cross Cultural Management. So this subject is of the from the semester 3 MBA part 2 elective 5 international business paper number 3. Dear students, this online MBA course which is offered by Center for Distance and Online Education Shivaji University Kolhapur. I am your teacher Dr. Sunil Gosavi, working as assistant professor in Department of Economics at Srimati KG Mittal College of Arts and Commerce Malad West Mumbai. Students, today we are going to discuss the topic that is culture and strategy. Students, here there are two factors. Culture is the one variable, strategy is the another variable, another factor. And that organizational culture influences strategy, organizational strategy by leader, as well as that strategy, organizational strategy influences culture, organizational culture. So, culture shapes how strategy gets executed, and while on the other hand, strategy defines what to achieve, which how to achieve, which goal to achieve. Culture shapes how strategy will achieve the goal, while strategy, organization strategy defines what to achieve, which what goal to achieve. Even strong strategies can fail if culture doesn't support their execution. So therefore, there should be proper alignment between organizational culture and organizational strategy, which is very crucial. Culture influences the decision-making process, employee engagement, and strategic outcomes. When culture and strategy align properly, execution improves and goals are more likely to be met. Leaders in the organization, in the business, in nowadays, they must cultivate a culture that reinforces the strategy and not undermines it. Students, let's discuss how culture supports the strategy, organizational strategy. This is how organizational culture supports strategy, organizational strategy. So, first one, execution and implementation. A performance oriented culture. It means positive and strong culture that values accountability enables effective execution of a growth strategy. When culture, positive culture empowers, strong culture, supportive culture empowers quick decision making and risk taking, strategic actions happen faster with the confidence. So, supportive culture, organizational culture, effective organizational culture, positive organizational culture leads the quick decisions making, risk taking, strategic actions with the confidence, and it leads efficiency and productivity among the employees. Second is employee alignment. A strong culture, supportive culture helps employees in this instantly understand how to act in a way that supports strategic goals. With shared values and norms, people make decisions aligned with the strategy even without constant oversight. So therefore, that there should be proper alignment of employees with the help of culture should be executed. So key insights are culture drives behavior that turns strategic plans into real results making execution smoother and more effective. Next is adaptability to change. Yes, that culture, how is the culture, whether it is adaptive or not, or is it to change the that strategies, policies in the organization, practices in the organization, that is very important. So let's discuss the first one, flexible and open culture. So, culture, organizational culture, flexible and open culture that values flexibility, learning, and openness enables organizations openness which enables organizations to respond quickly to market changes and innovate effectively. That adaptive culture treat changes as an opportunity rather than the threat. So, if your culture, organizational culture is flexible, it is elastic, it is open, then it considers that organization considers this what can say that is opportunity or that risk taking flexibilities learning openness or risk taking as a opportunity rather than the threat. So therefore that how culture is available, that is very crucial. Then the second is encourages innovation and learning. So culture that supports experimentation and continuous learning empowerment employees empower employees to pivot and try new approaches that align with the strategic goals, strategic steps. So the culture, how your culture is available in the organization, whether your culture which is encourages supports innovation and learning, then it will accept or what can say that is it will empower employees to pivot and try new approaches that align with the strategic shifts. So that encouraging culture for the innovation and learning, it is source of motivation among the employees. Next is it avoids rigid bureaucracy. Rigid hierarchical culture resists change and innovation, making it harder to adopt strategic plans when markets shifts. So students, these are the three types of culture. Adaptive culture. Adaptive culture, it means flexible and open culture. Whether it is flexible and open culture, whether it is encouraging innovation and learning culture, or it avoids rigid bureaucracy. So this such type of culture, adaptable culture, is essential for executing strategies that requires innovation, ability, and market responsiveness. So your nature of culture, whether it is adaptive or rigid, that is very crucial. And always adaptive and open culture, elastic culture, flexible culture, which is very crucial to execute strategies that require innovation, ability, and market responsiveness. Next topic is how organization strategy informs culture. So first one, growth strategy and culture. So strategy often requires dynamic entrepreneurial culture that values innovation, creativity, risk taking, and ability. Such a culture fosters rapid expansion by promoting flexibility, experimentation, and swift decision making throughout the organization. So, what is a key word? That conclusion is what strategy shapes the cultural environment needed for successful execution in a growth context. It means how is your strategy? Your strategy will shape the cultural environment. Your strategy will define the culture. Your strategy will influence the culture, and your strategy will decide the cultural environment which is very required for the successful execution in a growth context. So, and this means fostering a culture of advocacy that accelerates innovation and responsiveness. So, how is your culture? It is crucial, but this culture may be defined, may influence by the strategy, and therefore, the fostering a culture of advocacy that accelerates innovation and responsiveness is crucial. Another is cost leadership strategy. If your leadership strategy is cost leadership strategy, it means it will focus on efficiency, cost reduction, and consistency in operations. It means this strategy will focus on improvement in efficiency, reduction in cost, and consistency. It means continuous work, continuous operations. That is called as consistency in operations. This aligns with hierarchy culture that values this hierarchy culture values structure, standardized processes, control, and predictable outcomes, which helps to deliver operational efficiency and cost disciplines. Okay. Next is customer intimacy strategy. It is called as culture. A customer intimacy strategy emphasizes focuses on close relationship with customers and tailored solutions. This fits a clan culture which prioritizes collaboration, teamwork, empowerment, and strong internal relationships, which enables employees to deliver personalized services. So the conclusion is what strategic goals help to determine the type of culture in an organization, and this organization should develop a supportive strategy as well as culture. Its competitive approach and achieve success to create competitive approach and achieve to get success to achieve success. So what now next is what happens if there is misalignment in between strategy and culture. If there is no proper alignment, there is no proper balance in between strategy and culture, then what happens? So first one, let's discuss the first one: friction and poor performance. When culture and strategy are not aligned properly, execution falters and strategic plans will fail to translate into results. So, strategic plans, if you have culture but you don't have strategic plan. On the other hand, if you have strategic plans but you have don't support your culture, then it will fail to translate into results. Results will be different. Results will be negative. Therefore, employees should receive and in this what case that is failure, employees they receive mixed signals, slowing decision-making process and reducing productivity. So if these employees they get the mixed signals, they become very confused. They will be confused, and that's there will be slow decision making process, and their product will be there will be reduction in their productivity. They will not show their best performance. They will not show their best results, so their finally their productivity will be reduced, and it will be failure for the organization. Now second is what disengagement and confusion. If there is misalignment between the strategy and culture, it causes confusion, low morale, and disengagement. Students, now in reality, there are some cases where the employees they become confused. They low down their morale and they show disengagement in the work, in their performance, and this is because of the misalignment in between culture. There is no supportive culture. If even the strategies are there, so results will be failure. Results will be negative. And because of the employee struggle to reconcile daily behaviors with the strategic priorities. So daily, the employees they will face the trouble uh, to reconcile daily behaviors with the strategic priorities. So, if there is no supportive culture, and if they have the strategic plans, then they will struggle to face with the strategic plan because there is no supportive or positive environment which will create motivation. Third one, leadership responsibility. Leaders must ensure culture support strategy. Leaders must ensure culture. It means that is positive culture which supports strategy, not undermines it. Or risk averse culture, for example, will hinder innovation strategy. It means that if the culture is flexible culture, which is adaptive to take the risk, which will motivate innovation and new ideas, innovation practices, innovation strategies, and new practices, new ideas in the organization. So, therefore, Leadership responsibility is crucial. Next is culture is operating system. Yes, your culture is internal part. It is internal input. It is operating system. Strategy may define what to achieve, but culture defines how to get done, how to complete a strategy. Without cultural alignment, without cultural support, even good strategies fail in practice. So, conclusion is what? Aligning culture, proper aligning culture with strategy is critical for performance, engagement, and competitive success. So, therefore, if organization wants competitive success, completion of goals in long term, sustainable completion of goals, then there should be proper alignment between culture and strategy in the organization. Students, in the conclusion, we can say that culture shapes how strategy is executed, while strategy defines what the organization aims to achieve. When culture supports strategy, employees behave in a ways that accelerate execution, improper performance, and drive success. Leaders must intentionally align culture with strategy. So leaders purposively they should align culture with the strategy. If there are strategy, then the leader has the responsibility to develop that positive culture. And if there is positive culture, so then on the other hand, leader has the responsibility to plan these such a type of strategies to get the success, long-term success. So behaviors, values, and norms reinforce strategic priorities rather than the impede them. Impede यानी कि compel them. Alignment, proper alignment between culture and strategy will boost productivity, engagement, results, and long-term success, which will help to achieve the goal, to complete the goal of the organization. So, with this, thank you, students. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask me. So, here we will stop. Thank you.